you felt them too. That's empathy. Woo! You see, she's getting angry. You felt that feeling too. And there is jealous, scared, strong emotions through and through. Empathy's the pathway to recognize and walk, so you can dish out some compassion and really walk the talk. People showing strong feelings, what do you do? Show them that you get it. Treat them with kindness through and through. You gotta walk, 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 walk in their shoes. Take a look, see what they're seeing. Walk, 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 walk in their shoes. Try to understand what it would feel like to be them. You gotta walk, 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 walk in their shoes. Empathy is what we're saying. Recognize those feelings and reach out to. Yeah, empathy. Empathy. Yeah, empathy.
Good morning, PAC Academy. It's Mr. Sandor back with another word of wisdom. This week, we're going to talk about empathy. There's a quote by American author H. Jackson Brown that says, "Remember that everyone you meet is afraid of something, loves something, and has lost something." If we can keep this piece of empathy in our hearts and know that everyone we meet is struggling with something, that allows us to show some empathy and understanding and caring. And that's the way we do it, because that's the PAC way. Have a great day, everybody.
Great rise in PAC Academy scholars, upper school scholars. Is Dean Johnson here today with some shout outs as well as another successful tip for you as a scholar to allow you to be successful during this school year. So first, we want to start off with our shout outs. Shout out. I would like to send a shout out to our 8th grade scholars, Queen Denaya, King Michael, King Simeo, as well as Queen Faith Ann. Whenever I step into your morning meetings, I always see these model scholars always having their cameras on, as well as having their backgrounds well lit, as well as having their uniform shirts on. So we want to send a shout out to you, kings and queens, for always doing your best to be model scholars. Our next set of shout outs is going to King Ali, Queen Sierra, King Vincent, King Ahmed, King Yafi, King Jamir, King Jahid, Queen Afia, Queen Hodge, Queen Lenasia, Queen Faith, Queen Madison, King Vincent, King Christian, King Jordan, King Jahid, for your diligence and your patience during morning meeting. Thank you for making sure that you are allowing your voice to be heard during the morning meetings by participating, whether it's saying it in the chat or voicing it. So we want to send a shout out to you, kings and queens, for your diligence and for your participation. Our next set of shout outs go to our 7th grade scholars. I want to send a shout out to King Darion as well as Queen Akoma for making sure that you are model scholars by having your videos on, as well as having your uniform shirts on as well, and having a well-lit background. And I want to send a special shout out to the whole 7C. We just like to thank you for just showing respect. We understand that we are transitioning to a new science teacher. So I just want to send a shout out to these following scholars for just doing their due diligence while they were in class, by making sure that they were being present, that they were participating, and that they were diligently working, So I want to send a shout out to 7C, as well as these following scholars that were in 7C, that I just seen them just diligently working, pressing forward, just doing all that they could just to make sure that their assignments were getting completed. So I want to send a shout out to Queen Shakaya, Queen Susan, King Madagata, Queen Avaya, King Aking, Queen Zanaya, Queen Jada, King Najan, as well as Queen Nakoma. I want to send a special shout out to those 7C scholars because they was pressing through. Even though we have a new science teacher, I just want to send a shout out to you all, kings and queens, for doing your best and just being model scholars and pressing forward to complete your assignments. Shout out. So this is our week of empathy. During our week of empathy, I want us to focus on saying please and thank you. When we say please, or we're asking someone to do something for us, or asking someone a question, or asking someone for a favor, when we are greeting someone with empathy and we're saying please, may you please, and once they completed that and saying thank you, it shows a sense of empathy, and it allows people to feel good about doing things for us, and it just helps us because we are in a community and we want to be respectful. So it feels good when we say, you know, please and thank you, instead of saying some other words that may not be so positive, because we just want to show the people that we're asking or that we're communicating with just the appreciation. So we want to say please, thank you. So I'm gonna just give a brief example. So for our scholars who don't have their cameras on, please make sure that your cameras are on. If you are having any camera issues, please reach out to your homeroom teacher or myself, Dean Johnson, at djohnson@mptcs.org. That's once again, djohnson@mptcs.org. So we can assist/support you in getting the problems resolved. Thank you. So I thank you, scholars, for your time. I thank you for listening to the announcements. I hope that you are remembering that when you are in class, that you are showing that empathy. We want to say please and thank you to whom we are asking a question to, or if someone is doing something for us, we want to say thank you. So please make sure that we're showing that level of empathy for this week. Thank you, scholars. It's Dean Johnson here, once again, signing out with our announcements as well as our tips for our scholars to be successful, as well as our shout outs. Have a great day, scholars.